Nostalgia hoops, nostalgia sports and culture. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Shout out to all the new subs. We back in the favorite topic, my favorite topic right now, the heated topic that's going on Twitter. If you tapped into women's basketball, you can't avoid this conversation. It's the new Tim Duncan versus I'm gonna say Kobe, but it's really Steph Curry. So look, but we can say he's Tim Duncan, Steph Curry because if we tried to compare that, it's just as hair pulling as trying to compare this because it's fundamentals versus flash. It's the show versus put your head down in consistency. It's Broadway versus the school play. Like, and it's not that both isn't a show. It's just the way that one does one thing is different, but the effectiveness is just as effective. The greatness, I think both of these players are great. I think the separation comes when you talk about who's going to change the game. Who is Steph Curry? Who is coming, causing the shift, and that's when you start seeing people, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Caitlin Clark. You hearing these whispers. You see the viral videos. It's different because she playing like us. Like, and that's, if y'all really want to be honest with the conversation, when men see it, like, it's like, dang, she play like a guy. Like it's crazy. She pulling from half court, all of the just the attempt, and like she fluent with it, and she can assist too and rebound. Like, she's filling every stat category, and like one of the new subs was just saying, he was like, she should have got it last year, and I think that's where the tear in the conversation is. I think last year they dropped the ball because Paige has so much hype that they may have missed it on her. They may have missed it on Caitlyn. Caitlyn probably should be walking into back to back, but because they set a precedent for team success and everything else, then now if you stand on the what was last year, you got to lean towards Aliyah. But if you really judging, man, it's the impact is phenomenal. Like, you got a consistent showing of, like, you see in her a lot, like the placements, the sponsorship, like people are really getting behind this. Casuals, like, it's it's crazy. Like, but in the last video, let's get to some concrete stuff. In the last video, when I talked about this, I was disappointed because one thing I do want to see is Caitlyn like that against athletic, like when you got a team full of athletic black players, because I didn't see that killer. And that's where I separate Kyrie and when I separate Steph Curry, as far as, that Mamba mentality. Like, can you still do it against like when you play Steph hard a certain way and crowd him, like, you can take Steph out of the game or make him do crazy stuff. But if you give him that little bit of room, he gonna step on you in the same way with Caitlyn. I seen Maryland turn her into a puppy. I ain't see that big dog, Caitlyn. I didn't see it. But next time you go against a athletic black team, I want to see that dog. That's my only question. I've seen Aliyah in different situations, and she just consistent. Nothing, no bells, no whistles. A consistent double double, consistent defense. We know what we gonna get, and that's where part of me is torn on: do I reward the consistency or do I reward the super flash? But I have a question. Because it's like, I know nobody really gets Kyrie out of Kyrie, but Steph can be thrown off. I don't know, man. But I challenged Caitlin. I said, Iverson, if you're great, Caitlin, if you are what they say you are, Iverson won a game against the undefeated Lakers. They were on the track of making history. Kobe, Shaq, dominant, peak Lakers. 6 foot Allen Iverson, team full of no scores, still went out, got a win, and dropped like 40 something. Step over Tyler, we all know the scene. So if Caitlyn was who they said she was, she, when I made the last video, she hadn't beat a ranked team. Since that point, I told everybody to tune in. 219. Well, she played. Oh, since that point, she played Maryland. She lost to Maryland 81-69. She dropped 19-6-6. Cool. After that, 219, she plays Indiana. They win 96-91. Let me see what was her stats like in this game. But they got the W. That's all I wanted her to start getting some of these, W's, because if you are great, my issue with Wiggins was against the top teams, he would disappear. So Caitlin, 36 minutes, 7 of 17, 1 of 5, 1 of 5 from 3. She was 18, 12, and 4. And I seen her coach throwing some shots at Aliyah and all. Well, don't act like you ain't got no another player over there dropping 20 points. We not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But no, I got what she was saying. But you do got another killer over there to put up 22 in that game, Cesano. Uh, so she got that win, and I like that. So let me go back to the schedule. Give me a second. So they beat Indiana on the 19th. Right off Indiana, they went to Indiana. Then Indiana had to come to them. I like this. Then they beat Indiana again. So they beat Indiana when it was 5. They beat Indiana when they fell to 10, 88-82. Cesano was the lead in that. Let's see what Caitlin did. Let's go. So this one they was 10. They won 82-88. And Caitlin dropped 29, 8, and 8. So you got another killer over there, dropped 31, coach. Let's not act like y'all ain't got a couple too. Uh let's see. And then recently, you got Michigan, who had the chip on his shoulder. Caitlin went viral against them, shooting half court, looking like Steph Curry. But she lost that game. Y'all lost that game, 90-9 to 98-90. That was on the 6th of February. But y'all running it back to get back, not just for the numbers, not just for the show and the highlights. Caitlin wants the W. So they go into Michigan, 227. I mean, Michigan comes to see them, and Caitlin gets the W, 104-80. So, and she drops 38, 6, and 11. I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to go against this. Like the even because Coach had a point, and I think I might play her audio. Let's play Caitlin. Caitlin. Coach had a point with she don't have 10 McDonald All Americans, and Caitlin was shaking her head too, like because Don Staley been throwing her shots, and she been getting off. So Coach wanted to throw her a little jab back. So this the question for me: if I put Aliyah on Iowa and she had to carry that type of load, what would her numbers look like? That's what I would want to know. Could she up it to close to 30 and assist with the I don't know. And that's and if Caitlin was in that system, what does her stats look like? So it's greatness to be able to get off in the system and do what Aliyah is doing. It's also greatness to be able to carry and push a team as far as Caitlin has done it. I'm still torn. I just think Caitlin winning does more for the sport, but I understand reward and consistency That's just my latest take on everything. I think right now I'm leaning a little bit Caitlyn slightly, but I'm leaning back towards but Caitlyn just doing something so impressive, and I just feel like her winning shifts the mode for what's coming in the future. Nostalgia hoops, nostalgia sports and culture. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who do you have for the player of the year? We have Aliyah, who won SEC Defensive Player of the Year, uh, 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 SEC Player of the Year, and we have Kaylin, who's already won the Player of the Year in the Big Ten. They both all highly decorated. It's just, where do you go?